On the move, changing perceptions, pushing limits. Today's Africa is not framed by the past. A new generation is stepping up, embracing tradition while blazing a new path, giving voice to unique style, connected in ways others before were not. This is where the urban pulse meets creativity and a new culture thrives. This is African Voices.
Beauty comes from attitude, where you stand, how you feel in the moment. Often when I take portraits of people, they say to me, wow, I don't recognize myself, but it's me. My name's Alun Be, and this is my Africa.
Born and raised in Senegal's capital city, Dakar, Alun Be trained as an architect, but he now spends much of his time working with a different self-taught art form.
Yes. So we're gonna do like a quick photo shoot with my man Iba. This is a great location. I love this place. What's your name, man? Domino, that's it. We don't get any like direct sunlight here, just like diffused light. We're gonna use a reflector, light up his face, especially like the shadows like on his neck. We wanna see everything. I'll put you right here. Nice. Do that again, that was really good. Nice, nice. Thank you, you just killed it. Yes. Yeah.
During the period when he was deliberating on what path to follow in life, Be found himself drawn to this small community on the outskirts of the city.
Ça va? Cool.
It was a secret location filled with like-minded artistic people.
It's good to be back. Just like picture myself like coming back here at night and having all these like African symbols all around me, but yet hidden. Yeah, it's like hidden treasures. Like my Africa, you know, that's where it's at. This is my Africa, this is my Senegal, this is my people.
As a young man, alongside photography, he had a love of music, but he settled on architecture as a career. It went some way to satisfying his artistic desires and his family's wish for him to have a solid, stable profession.
My parents didn't want me to be an artist, but I guess they figured that like the closest thing to art, and that's yet respectable, being an architect. So they pushed me towards that, like to be an architect. It was tough because I didn't like grew up like thinking that I will build houses and like dreaming about that. So I was like in this environment with people like just like talking about like windows and stairs with like so much passion, like, you know, and I couldn't get it until I was able to see that like music and architecture actually share a lot of like the same principles in terms of like ratio and composition. I decided to use my music and put it into architecture and design architecture with music, and it just changed everything. And then all of a sudden I started to enjoy architecture.
As he has found success in both fields, his family's attitude has mellowed. Be says he measures his worth in people's reaction to his work.
No matter what you do in life, no matter what it is, you do it for the people. Even if you have like an egoistic approach to it, without people it doesn't go anywhere. So it's at the end of the day, it's all about the people. Whether you want it or not, it's about the people. You need the people to achieve what you want. So if I get like positive feedback from the people, then mission accomplished. So we're in downtown Dakar. I'm actually here to like visit my next place for my future exhibition. Come with me. It's gonna be mostly photography and a small portion of architecture. First thing, I need to double check that like everything's fine. And I'll be able to show you like a few stuff. And it made it safely to its rightful place, Africa, when it was shot. Okay, this is great. This one's great quality. It's very like realistic, you know, like we want to touch it. It's vivid, it's alive. The photos will be floating up in the space, and which is interesting because it's about like that freedom of expression that Africa has. A blank canvas, it's just floating and we don't know where it's going, but it's going. Ooh, that's a good one. It's Don't Go from the group Daraji, which is pretty known worldwide now. You know, it's like one of the most like famous like hip-hop slash R&B reggae to Senegalese band, and yeah, they're great people, very humble and yet very talented. I like taking charismatic people. You don't need to be famous for me to take you. It's interesting to take celebrities because they are charismatic. That's probably why they're celebrities in the first place. There's a lot of people in the shadow that are very, very charismatic as well, but we just don't know about them.
The exhibition features both portraits and architectural drawings. He hopes it will, in some small way, help change people's perceptions of Africa.
We've been taught that we're not good enough, we're not sophisticated enough, we're not smart enough. Everything that they say is wrong. They're looking for new ideas, new innovating things, a new wave of freshness. They look at Africa and they're like, wow. The things that you love are everywhere. It's not about where you are or who you're with, it's about how you deal with where you are and who you're with. And everything comes back. You just build, construct, deconstruct, and reconstruct, and you move on, and it's rich.